Welcome to another episode of Alaska Firewood People, where I have wasted massive amounts of time filming with the camera that I found in the garbage, and watch as my relationship is nearly destroyed. Because apparently, when the wife does the filming and the shot does not come out right, I blame it all on her.
Man, we got these bastards buzzing our cabin. They're looking for moose. Get out of here! This is what I don't like. Moose season. They come right over the property.
This is called cheating. The pilot flies over, spots the moose, calls his buddy on the ground, he shows up and shoots it. He doesn't even have to hunt for it. More than once I've seen this. The hunter shows up, opens his door, fast food bags fall out on the ground. I have to laugh. But deep down inside, it does make me angry. Sure, I can call it in, but without those numbers I can't see on that plane, there's not a dang thing I can do about it. We may own the property, but we don't own the air. And these guys know it.
That was a long several weeks of carving. We're just getting ready to leave at the gas station. Well, blew a hose, antifreeze everywhere, alternator don't work. Found the problem. Now we're going to fix it. I'll show you how. Check it out. This is the heater core. This hose has a hole in it, okay? So we're going to have to bypass it. It's going to an auxiliary heater in the back. So, we're going to take this, we're going to unhook this one right here. I've already loosened it. Take the clamp, put that in there. We're going to bypass it. We're going to cut this and plug it right back into there. Yep, we're just leaving Wasilla and all this happened. That's how it goes. No big deal. Going to plug this in here. I don't know why they put a heater in the back of a motorhome anyway. So the point of this is we're going to fix it ourselves. Can't afford a tow truck, can't afford a shop. We'll figure out how to do it ourselves. Okay, so we got that taken care of. Alternator not working. This is busted. So we're going to get in there. We're going to hook it back up, make it work. Get out of here. Busted off right there. No problem. We're going to fix that. We're going to cut it, strip it, wrap it around there, and tighten it back up. We'll be back on the road. 5 hours to go. Before I start messing around with that alternator, I'm going to unhook the battery. Just unhook the positive side, get it out of the way.
Alright, 43 miles to Anchorage. The roads look great. I don't see much traffic. Normally there's thousands of cars going through here. There are a lot of folks who commute to Anchorage every day from Wasilla and vice versa, just to work. You ever see a 43-mile traffic jam? I have, right here on this very highway. There is one more major town that we're going to pass through before we get to Anchorage. It's called Eagle River. There's roughly 23,000 people that call Eagle River home, and another 8,000 in the settlements northeast of Eagle River, Kugiak, Birchwood, Peters Creek, Thunder Falls, and Eklutna. You recognize that name, don't you? Yeah, I thought you would. After all, hey, this is Alaska. Even though there's a mass population around here, I could never tell. And this is just a small example of how big Alaska really is. You know, I always worry driving through here that we're going to break down. This old motorhome with out-of-date tags wouldn't look too good alongside this highway. There's an old schooler broken down right there. I want to turn back and help that guy. The only problem is, there's just nowhere to turn around. There's not many double-lane highways in Alaska, but this is one of them. Okay, we're getting ready to head through Anchorage, and I'm going to make this quick. I don't plan on staying here too long. There's a little too many people for my taste. There's a reason why I live where I live. But being a chainsaw carver, summertime, sometimes I have to go to places I don't want to go. There has been 3 separate occasions where I have been robbed in Anchorage. One was at a stoplight, one was in downtown Anchorage, and the other one was at a restaurant. There's 300,000 people that live in Anchorage, and I've learned not to play well with others. And don't get me wrong, for all the bad people that are here, there's 10 times more good people. Okay, we made it through Anchorage, no problem. Now we're gonna hit the Turnagain Arm. This is one of the most beautiful stretches of highway in Alaska, and there's always something to do here. This is a blessing for the outdoorsman that does live in Anchorage. And if you want to go rock climbing, whale watching, bird watching, hiking, skiing, fishing, windsurfing, then this is a place for you. But I will warn you, Turnagain Arm is full of all kinds of unsuspected surprises. It also has the 4th highest tide on the planet, at 30.3 feet. What this is a boar tide, as you will see how fast the water comes in and out at the same time. It's insane. This mud you see is quicksand. Once you sink into it, you can't get out. And when that tide comes in, you're done. There's rock slides, avalanches, high winds, crazy drivers, and fresh water. Now this is a very risky way to get water, but well worth it. This water is a result of dynamite. They drilled holes and blew the whole side of this rock off to make way for the road. And in doing so, this water was found. And if you can drink this water every day, you'd probably live forever.
A guy who does groundwater research here in Alaska, and he said this is the water in Alaska.
And go ahead and be mindful where you park. Those rocks were not brought there. But regardless of everything, I do feel safe. I'm 3.5 hours from home, and it's time to reflect on everything that I just done.
Okay, we made it to Wasilla about 12:30 last night. Stayed at the Walmart parking lot. There's 9,748 people that do live here. I have a lot of respect for them. Wasilla is no joke. It's windy, it's rainy, it's cold, but we got to get the job done. And my tarp flew off the camper, so I don't want to sleep in a wet mattress, and we're going to put it back up there and get back to work. Found this at the dump. It's going to work.
Now normally when we come to Wasilla, we're doing 8 to 10 to 12-inch bears, but this time around, we're mixing it up with some bigger chunks of wood. There's nothing like having a little more room to be artistic, so thank you, Mr. Schofield.
What I'm doing is I'm carving scraps from log furniture. The guy don't throw them away, he's smart. I turn them into bears, he finishes them. He turns them into profit. Hits all the gift shops, at the state fairs. It's pretty neat. This is the guy who built awesome furniture. Ken Schofield's his name. Okay, we're still on the Turnagain Arm, just about a mile or two south of Girdwood. Spent the night here. This is a little pull-off alongside the highway next to this pond. The ocean is right across the street over there. It's a great place to pull off for the night. Free camping all the way around. My boss, he don't like to be called the boss. His name is Ken too. He's one heck of a guy. He drives hours and hours to go bowling, 3 times a week, I believe. He loves it. He's a professional. He might like this. If I was addicted to bowling like him, and I was stuck out here, flat tire, couldn't go anywhere, but I wanted to go bowling, well, looky there. There's a bowling ball. All you need is a bowling ball, slightly shot up. You'll need some pins. There they are. That's why I'm not a professional. Okay. This is for you, Schofield. Well, I'm obviously not as good as the other Ken, but at least I can clean these cans up. From living in Alaska so long, I see a lot of things that most people don't. I've said it before and I'll say it again. These non-state campgrounds are not maintained. That's kind of one of my missions in Alaska, is to clean it up. And look at this stuff. All over the place. This is right here off the side of the highway. So anyway, what my plan is, which it's always been, I've just never done it, I'm going to make a proposal to the state, because they won't maintain these pull-offs because it's not part of a state campground or anything like that. If they give me like a trash truck and pay for my gas, I will hit all these nooks and crannies all throughout Alaska, like I've always vowed to, and clean them up, because no one else will. This is not what I want people coming to Alaska to see. I try to promote Alaska. And they're just going to pull over and see this? I don't think so. I'm going to do something about it. You're going to find things like nails. You're going to find lots of trash. All different styles. Yeah, welcome to the Kenai Peninsula. That's pretty messed up. So if your kids are running around here, or your dogs, you want to be careful. Now that's a score right there. Look at that. And one of my missions in life, before I die, I'm going to go around and clean all this trash up all over Alaska. Ooh, there's a score right there. Hot dog stick. Won't burn up. And I'm telling you, you want to be careful. We're only an hour from Anchorage. Well, there's a lot of people. And sometimes people go crazy. They're wanted by the law. They're on the run. This is a perfect spot for them to go, so you have to be careful. This highway was shut down earlier this summer. There was a gunman on the loose. I was here a couple of summers ago, camping up on that hill you see. What I didn't know, there was a guy wanted for kidnapping on the run, so he decides to take the railroad tracks. Walked right by our campsite. Okay, Alaska, so here's what you're going to do. You're going to give Alaskan a truck, a bunch of trash bags, you're going to buy my gas, give me some food money, and I'm going to clean up Alaska. It has to be done.
Good morning, Great Alaska Railroad. Now these folks have always been a very important part of Alaska. Not only do they play an important role in tourism, they can haul your freight from within Alaska, the lower 48, Canada, and Mexico. This state-owned railroad is connected to the lower 48 via 3 rail barges that sail between the port of Whittier, Alaska, and Harbor Island in Seattle, Washington. This company is owned by the state of Alaska and provides thousands of jobs for Alaskans. Now I should have hung a left there, but there's something I have to do. It's been tormenting me for almost a year.
Behold, it's the killer cheese stick. Once every year I get these, right over there from the coast.
Now keep in mind, this food was not in the budget to get home, but it has to be done. We still have $100, so 20 of this is going to the coast.
Right to Girdwood Station.
Best Philly cheesesteak sandwiches in Alaska.
Yep.
Right there,
Yep.
folks.
Let's open this up.
This fed me, Ma, and my daughter no problem. The boys stayed home this time around, otherwise I would get another one.
And what's my show about?
I'm Alaskan. I'm the guy that's going to clean up Alaska, and I'm the guy who's going to warn you of hidden dangers.
This is Timbertina with Alaskan. We're carving bears.
That's right,
and
folks.
getting
You heard it
firewood.
correct. Timbertina. She showed up at the place quite a few years back with the boss man. She was very interested in watching me do some carvings. And one thing I remember was her enthusiasm towards my carvings. Good feedback's always a major inspiration as an artist. So when she showed up at Schofield's shop to visit, I was super stoked. I found out a little more about her that day when she came to visit. Her story is an awesome one.
No, I run a lumberjack show. I get all the wood for my own show.
And if you do a
Little
Google
log
search
yard.
on Timbertina, you're going to see what a cool life she's lived. I didn't know it, but she has a traveling lumberjack show, which she has been doing with her family since she was a kid. She lives in Maine, but she also travels the world. That's why she's in Alaska, and that's why she's here today. She's here for the Alaska State Fair. And upon further research, now I know where I recognize her from.
Yeah, you do.
She was voted off the show Survivor. Why? Because all those other girls were wimps and she was too tough and they knew it. She also appeared on Ultimate Survival Alaska. She was on the Woodsman team. And I hear through the grapevine that her team had actually won that. But producers decided to go a different direction. That's Hollywood for you.
We were little kids, there were 6 of us in Wisconsin. 6 kids, all under 7 years old, and my dad left my mom. And log rolling lessons were free. So she would send us packing.
As a woodsman myself, she is a true inspiration. So thank you, Mr. Schofield, for introducing us. We'll see you next year, Tina.
Headed home! Yeah!
But before we hit the road again, I would like to give thanks to this guy, Ed. He's an old school straight shooter, and every time we come up here, he blesses us with homegrown vegetables and berries that he's picked himself. So thank you, Ed. We appreciate it, man.
Tomatoes. He picked a bunch of raspberries for us while we were here.
We grow fast up here in this time of year.
Awesome. Thank you, Ed. Woohoo!
Yeah. This is my jungle.
This is the hot house. Wow, look at all those tomatoes.
Everywhere. Look at the size of those things.
Those are beautiful.
They're not red yet.
That is a cherry tomato on steroids.
The first one of the year.
Mhm.
And all these tomato plants I started by seed upstairs in my cabin. And now they're in the greenhouse producing for me. This is pretty cool. Here's some raspberries I picked. Giving them to you.
Thank you. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. And he grew some nice red potatoes. They're super sweet.
The beans.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
This is for you for your journeys back home.
Thank you, Ed. You're awesome.
And I don't care for beans, but I got a bag for you if you care for beans.
Looks like a whole bunch
They're
of
for
ham
you.
hocks for me. Thank you.
You'll enjoy them.
I will.
Thank you.
I saw this old feller in the store, and he's a prime example of why I love Alaska. Didn't catch his name or where he's from, but I will always remember what he done. He walked right up to the motorhome and handed me this fried chicken, fresh from the deli. It's folks like this that teach the most valuable lessons in life, and it's one we were all born with. It's called giving. So thank you, sir. So anyway, what I'm going to do while I'm here real quick is just put up some marker tape, just so they know. I do it every time I come here. They always take it down. When you pull in here and your children are running around, or your dogs, or whatever's going on, you got to be real careful, believe it or not. I hate to be the doomsday guy, but there's always a cliff somewhere with no warnings. It's straight down past that stump. You can see what's down there. And when I become president of Alaska, I'm going to go ahead and put some railing here, 4 or 5 feet tall, with a bunch of warning signs. But boy, isn't that beautiful?
Not that hard. You gotta let people know. Stay out of there.
There's a lot of history and gold around this area, and I have a lot of stories to tell about this place. We'll get to it eventually. I just don't have time right now. I have to get home.
And it still feels like home. Yes, it does. Wherever I may roam, just because I just got stoned
You left this here last summer.
with my cousin. now.
You better appreciate that hat. We've been 10 months tracking you to get that hat back to you.
Here we go. Driving down this old dirt roads, trying to keep this old dodge out of the ditches. Don't you know, gonna make it back down the old wild cotton road, where me and my baby, we're gonna get stoned.
And just like that, summer is over, winter is here. Welcome to Alaska. Now let's get some coffee going.